Greetings. Welcome in to our draft lottery. I'm going to see if I can get the link and then move everything over to the sleeper page so everybody can watch in real time if they would so choose to. If not, they can watch it a little bit later. But what Joel and I are going to do, we're going to spin this wheel on the screen in front of us as my headphones decide they want to go out. And then I have a box full of numbers. We'll pick a number. Basically, when your name gets pulled, your number will get pulled. That's going to be the draft spot you have. And, hopefully everybody gets a spot they are happy with. In a 16-team league, I just want to remind everybody, it's a long time if you're at the end. So that normal 10-team, I want to be on the curve thing, little bit of a pain in the butt in a 16-team league. So, Joel, you ready?
Is ready.
All right, first spin of the wheel. Who gets the first slot pulled? And it's gonna be one of our newbies. Yeah, good pal Chris. We came up in a dynasty league, and then we had so many openings this year. He decided he was going to join in. Slip of paper. He will be drafting third overall, so he will be drafting number 3. As I got to move it over here, not on my screen, and as I write it down.
That probably won't be CMC.
No, not likely at the 3. So using usernames just because that's a little bit easier because there's a few new people. I mean, I know your good pal Chris is probably named Chris, but we also have a couple other new guys. Miller Zinghead, I'm not sure if his name is Miller. He's someone that Zach found. Zach is our reigning champion, so congratulations. Jibby Bob is Justin, and then Trailer is Taylor. So that's how we go. So the first person off the board is your good pal Chris picking number 3. Next up, we wait for the wheel as I give a little shuffle here. And it's going to be Clarky, 8959. That is Rob. That is brother-in-law Rob. We'll see how he does. From pick number 6, Clarky at pick number 6. I don't hate that in a 16-team league. You have a long wait between some picks, but not most of them, so not too bad. And let's go for the next name off the list. Hopefully it'll go a little bit more of a spin. Kept going to the same spot. All right, nope, this is going to be a new one. Finn's Revenge, that would be Corbin. One of the tickets coming out. Joel, any place in particular you would want to draft in this type of league as he gets the turn at pick number 16?
Yeah, I tend to think sometimes, even though it's a long wait at the end, but if you do, you get 2 picks in a row, basically. So it's sort of like a long wait, but then you can be like, bam, bam.
It's one of those things where if you don't mind waiting like 10 minutes between picks and then getting 2 real fast, it's not a bad situation to be in. All right, as we are picking our 4th slot now, this one looks like it's going to be Joel. So, Joel, you said you wanted to be at the back end, huh?
Well, you know, if not the back end, then I honestly don't mind being somewhere in the middle because that's almost better than being right at the beginning.
Joel, you are going to be pick number 5. Pick number 5 for Joel. As I don't think the middle in this type of draft is the worst place you could be. I do think kind of being at the end is a little bit of a disadvantage.
Because when you have like the top 3 picks, it's almost expected who you have to pick.
And I think we're going to find out mine as we get to this here. Number has been pulled. And it looks like I'll be at the back end with pick number 14. So not really getting what I wanted here because I would rather be more towards the middle. But
that's when you definitely need some coffee to keep yourself awake.
Yeah, the back end, though, I think I've had one of my better seasons was picking from 14. So not the worst place you could be, but it's just one of those. It's just such a long wait between picks. Not as bad on Sleeper.
But, don't use Death Wish coffee because somebody was talking about that. That has 600 milligrams per serving of caffeine.
That's why it's Death Wish. All right, lights out 495. That's gonna be Nick. He will be picking.
Familiar name. Name.
Yeah, pick number 7. He's been in the league for a while. I think I know he's won at least once. He might be one of the 2-time champions in this league.
Oh, and I saw a bit of a heartbreak story for that. There's a kid, and I'm assuming it's the poster who works in fantasy football sports media. I'm blocking on the name, but I'm kind of assuming it's his kid. But what ended up happening is a bit of a heartbreak. Is the youngster ended up saving up apparently $50 to join fantasy football, but then because he ended up getting mixed up or couldn't see, picked not Justin Jefferson but Josh Jacobs.
Oh, well, not ideal. All right, next up is our Christie, the other Ryan in the league, going to be pick number 11, right back into the middle.
That's got to be a shrug off when you get the wrong JJ.
I mean, at least Josh Jacobs is not. Wasn't there a year like we had David Johnson? There was another D Johnson, and the other D Johnson was completely irrelevant. At least Josh Jacobs is usable. You're not going to be happy, but I mean, it could be worse. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This is eighth one coming off the board. Looks like it's going to be another newbie in Taylor.
Not Swift.
Nope, not Swift, and probably not picking 33rd. Actually, he's going to be picking up at the very top. Pick number 1. Pick number 1, again, full PPR, so probably going to be CMC. But we'll see.
Do you think that the Taylor Swift mania is as crazy this year, or do you think it kind of comes down to earth a little bit?
I don't think that kind of crazy comes back down to earth ever. All right, halfway through the draw, halfway through picking the names and the numbers, we will get, looks like, Bumble Nuts. That's going to be Adam. Been in the league for a while, had a few close calls with winning, but he's going to have a close call with pick number 8 this year, as he's going to be picking right in the middle.
We'll see if 8 is great.
I don't mind 8 in this one. I never have minded being in the middle of the 16-team draft just because you get the most balance. Yeah, you're minimizing your weights on both ends. So let's see what we got left. We have 2, 4, 9, 10, 12, 13, and 15. So the back half of the draft still more open than the front, with 7 still to go, or 8 still to go. 7 still to go. All right, we got Wonder Chump. That's going to be Corey. Corey will be picking from pick number 2. The front end continues to fill faster than the back end. I think number 2's got your best options if you just want to go wide receiver anyways, just because I mean CMC is going to be consensus number 1 for sure. We'll see what happens with the calf strain, but
is 0 RB good this year, bad this year?
This seems to be a year where you can get away with it. I mean, 16-team league, not the right time to employ these. Let's have an intentional weakness on the roster. A reminder to everybody who's watching this, we do not have a slot for just tight end. You do not need a tight end. It's a wide receiver tight end flex position. So, you're getting your positional strength by going with an early tight end. It's not really going to help you as much. You can load up on wide receivers. Yes, you can play 4 wide receivers. You can only play 3 running back with that wide receiver tight end slot. No kickers this year. I think 0 RB is more viable this year than it has been in the last couple. But with that being said, the 16-team league is kind of a risky place to do it just because, well, you need to have
one injury, and that affects absolutely everything.
I mean, in this league, DeAndre Swift's probably going to be a late 5th-round pick. And if he's your running back 1, I don't think you're going to be happy. I don't know if you'll be upset. I don't know if it's going to be bad, but I don't think you're going to be necessarily happy. But, hey. Everybody's got their own strategy for a reason. And we'll go with not last year's champion, but the champion from the year before. That's going to be Scott. Scott won in 2022. And he will be picking right before me at pick number 13. Back end of the draft is starting to fill a little bit more.
So the all tight end and a quarterback strategy will not work.
I mean, if you go out and get 2 very good tight ends, you get Laporta and Kelsey, yes, it can work. They both have to be great, but
sarcasm.
I mean, you don't want to go early on a tight end just because of positional advantage, because in this league, it really doesn't work that way. All right, 5 picks still to go. We still got Nate. We still got our reigning champ. And we're going to find out one of our newbies, it looks like. Yep, this is the one that Zach brought in. I don't know the name offhand. I need to get in touch with him for that. But they're going to be picking from the number 4 slot. So another early pick. The first half of the draft is now set. So I'm writing all these down so I do not have to watch this and write them down later.
Definitely will be weird this year not seeing Bill Belichick behind the sideline of the Patriots.
So with 4 players left to pick, we have 9, 10, 12, and 15. Of those slots, I think I would personally prefer 9, but depending on how your strategy goes, you may want one a little bit later. All right, next up, this one's going to be Justin. He is another newbie to the league. All of our newbies will have the draft position after this one, and he's getting the one I would have said from this point on, 9. So Justin, yippee Bob, all of these are by the username on Sleeper, just because it's a lot easier to do that and then match them up later, as opposed to be like, oh wait, we have 2 Ryans in this league, or we have 2 of this name in this league. And like I said, there's one I'm still trying to figure out the name for.
The wheel is getting smaller and smaller.
All right, so we've got Andy, we've got Nate, Olympic, and then Zach, our reigning champion, still waiting on his draft slot. We have 10, 12, and 15 still to go. Be kind of cool if the champion had to wait until whatever was left over, but I guess kind of also fitting is Throw Cage is going to get his slot next. He will be drafting from pick number 15. Pick number 15 for Throw Cage. And with 2 spots left, let's see
what the order shall be.
And our champion is going to wait for the leftover spot. Nate gets the next one. That's going to be pick number 10. So Olympic. Of course, he's got a giant number at the end of his name because that's what we need. But with that said, we're going to spin. Let's see who it is. Is it again down to the last one, as it will land on our reigning champion, on Zach, and the only position left to go with the only name left, gonna be pick number 12. So for what it's worth, I think we've got the people that have won the last 4 years, or 3 of the last 3 years, picking 12, 13, and 14. So that can be very contentious at the back end of the pack. So as that part is done, let me hide the screen. Let me bring us back full real quick, and we will read off the order we've got, and then we'll end this broadcast, and I'll put those in. Looks like the draft's going to be August 23rd at 8 p.m. We still got 2 votes out there, but that's most likely going to be it, just because I don't think even with both of them saying no, we're going to change it.
And this is going to be put to YouTube, right, as opposed to Facebook.
It's going to be put to YouTube. I've actually already copied the link, so if you're watching this from the Sleeper League, you already know that. Yeah, we'll see everybody in a couple weeks for the draft. So just to recap the order, it is written down, so I'll put those in a little bit. Pick number 1 is going to be Trailer 33rd. Number 2 is Wonder Chump. Number 3, Good Pal Chris. Number 4, Miller Zinghead. Number 5 is Towson Getty Joel on the other end of the line. Number 6 is Clarky 8959. Number 7 is Lights Out 495. Number 8 is Bumble Nuts. Number 9 is Yippee Bob 10. Olympic number salad afterwards. R. Christie 17 at 11. Coon Juice, our reigning champ Zach at number 12. Our 2022 champ, Kusi, S. Kusi at 13. I'm our 2021 champ at number 14 as Shark Tart 31. Number 15 is Throw Cage, and number 16 is Finn's Revenge. So that is our draft lottery for this year. We do this every year just because it's a little more fun than hitting random 3 times, and we got nothing better to do with our lives sometimes. So these will be uploaded onto Sleeper in the next little bit. If you're watching this after they're uploaded, well, now you can see how it happened. You can see how the sausage is made, or whatever they want to sell it. So with that, Joel, we will
be back on Monday.
Yeah, we'll be drafting. We'll do our dumb little podcast in the meantime, but we live stream this draft. So if you are drafting with us and you want to watch it, it is on YouTube. We can put the link in the description there as well. But yeah, draft looks like it's going to be just about 2 weeks from right now, 2 weeks and 49 minutes from now. We'll be starting this draft. So best of luck to everybody. If you have time on Sleeper to do some mock drafting now, you know where you're going to be drafting from. So use your time wisely.
What Shuffle Audible, how did you feel about free agency with the Rays fire sale and the departure of Steven Stamkos?
I mean, that's what the Rays do in Stamkos.